What is going on, guys? WWE 2K25. Now, this video is talking about create a story in 2K WWE 2K26. Now, I don't know that it's even going to be in there. I didn't hear anything about that. However, I feel like there's no reason why it wouldn't be in there, and I'm going to show you why. I saw something where the developer said it was hard to put it in or it's hard to create it, but I'm having trouble buying that that's even the reason. I'm gonna show you why. Because when you go to create a video, this right here is pretty much close to what Create a Story was. And this is pretty much kind of what it is. I mean, you would take these scenes, create them, and paste them together and create a story like that. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at some of this stuff. Because if you remember when Create a Story was in WWE 2K14, it was something like this. It was similar to this. You know, obviously there's pieces missing here, but it's a very similar thing. Let's go ahead and go to a category. Let's go here and go here and go to this cutscene, right? See, you would take these scenes right here, and then, you know, obviously you have these AI dummies in there, but you would replace them with, you know, wrestlers just like you do on here. And it was almost the same thing. It was close. So the question now is, well, why do you even need Create a Story if you have this? Well, this doesn't have all the pieces. And plus, when you save this stuff and then re-show them, it doesn't work the same way that Create a Story does. But all you would do is take this same formula here, add a lot more scenes, several more, right? And then you would, you know, paste them together if you want to do that to, you know, bring the stories, you know, put them in one. And if I'm not mistaken, you were able to like put the Create a Story in on an event or a pay-per-view or something and paste them together. Like it would automatically play part of the story after a match or something of that nature. I think that's how it worked, but it's been so long, you know, but I do remember a lot about it, and it had all these different categories just like this does. And this is really basically where they got this from. I mean, this is a very similar thing, you know? So when they say it's not easy to create it or put it in, I think there's another reason for it. I'm going to tell you what I think that reason is. I think that reason is because they want to save that feature as a selling point for a future game. So they hold out for that reason. Now, for me, this is the biggest thing missing from WWE 2K. If they can create a story, a really good version of it, even similar to the one from 2K14. Give me something similar to that. Obviously, you would want an updated. Obviously, it wouldn't be exactly like that one. It would be better because that's an old, you know, an old version of it. But you would have something very similar to that with better updated stuff. And I don't see how they can have a hard time putting that in or creating it if they can put this in there. Because like I said, this is very close. This is pretty much, I even tried to use this as my Create a Story, like to create my own stories anyway, but it seems like they don't necessarily have the scenes that I want. And then also, when you save them and replay them, I couldn't get them to show them in full screen. So, you know, there's that. And like I said, I'm wondering if they are leaving certain features out on purpose so they can use it as a selling point for a future game. That is smart business if they are doing it like that. But I don't think they should wait any longer. You know, they held out on create a general manager mode for several years. Fans kept asking for it and asking, and then eventually it was back. I do believe that story is going to be in 2K26. I think they're going to put it in finally. But I'm kind of concerned that they won't, because that's one thing that kind of bothered me. When they put the island in the game, it immediately made me say, oh my gosh, oh shoot. Now, going forward, this is this might become their main emphasis, their main focus point is just putting stuff in this. And they're not going to focus too much on these offline modes. Even though the creative story is still good for online because I believe you were able to like put your creative story online to be uploaded on the community creations, but that's not going to make them money. So they may not care about it. And they may say, well, they may feel like they're going to sell the game anyway and they're going to make a lot of money on the island. I don't know how much money they made. I'm hoping this might sound bad, but I'm hoping they didn't make that much. Just not because I don't want them to make their money. It's because I don't want them to feel like they need to put most of their focus on this island. Because I feel like that's gonna take away from some of the other stuff that we want in the game, like Inferno match and all these other match types that we want in the game. But if I'm 100% honest with you, I'm very satisfied with the match types they have in this. I'll be fine without the Inferno and all that stuff. I want that stuff, but I'm not gonna throw a fit if that stuff ain't in it. You know, keep all the modes you have now and enhance other parts of the game and then create a story, and I'll be very, very happy with that. You know, because I actually love playing this game. I do. I think this game is really good. I like it. I do not play the island. I never even I the story mode in the island. I played like a couple cinemas. I didn't do nothing on there. I never had any matches with other players or even the story mode on there. I never even touched it. I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm not really that type of gamer, and I definitely am not into the VC stuff. I did go to the shop, I mean the stores, and buy parts for my created wrestlers, you know. But anyway, that's this video. Leave a comment. What's your opinion? Do you think they're going to add it in 2K26? Do you care about it? What's your opinion on anything about the game?